Imagine a world where power isn't just held, it's performed. Where leaders are less like generals or kings, and more like actors on a stage. Where every gesture, every tweet, every soundbite is curated for maximum impact. Sounds modern? Well, Niccolò Machiavelli saw it coming over 500 years ago. And today, in our media-saturated, image-obsessed world, his insights are more relevant than ever. Welcome to the unfolding journey, where we dive deep into the currents of history, philosophy, and political thought to understand the world around us. If you're fascinated by how ideas echo across centuries and shape the headlines of today, you're in the right place. To understand how performance and politics intersect, we begin in Renaissance Italy, in the city of Florence. Here, Machiavelli, diplomat, thinker, and realist, observed the chaotic dance of power up close. In his most famous work, The Prince, Machiavelli presents an unsettling vision of leadership. One where morality takes a backseat to effectiveness, and perception can be more important than truth. One of his core ideas? That a ruler must appear virtuous, even if they are not. The performance of virtue is more useful than its reality, because people judge by what they see. Sound familiar? Today's leaders are constantly watched, not by a court or a few advisors, but by millions through 24/7 news cycles and social media feeds. A modern leader cannot afford to ignore image, optics, or perception. In a sense, Machiavelli's prince has become a celebrity, performing power, not just wielding it. Fast forward to the 21st century. The rise of television first turned politicians into performers. Think of the Nixon-Kennedy debates of 1960. Radio listeners thought Nixon won. TV viewers overwhelmingly favored Kennedy, the more charismatic, telegenic candidate. With social media, the stage has expanded infinitely. Every leader now operates in a real-time, hyper-connected media theater. Today's Machiavellian leader must manage not just policies, but narratives. They tweet, live stream, meme, and manage their image through strategic lighting, wardrobe, and scripting. The media doesn't just report on politics anymore. It shapes it. Leaders who master this performance thrive. Those who don't, they fade. We're living in what philosopher Guy Debord called the society of the spectacle, where appearance becomes reality and performance becomes governance. But here's the big question. If leaders are constantly performing, how can we know what they truly believe? Does it even matter? Machiavelli might say, not really. To him, a good ruler does what works, not what is morally right. If pretending to be compassionate gains the support of the people, then it's a smart move, even if it's fake. Today, we grapple with the same dilemma. Do we value authenticity? Or do we reward those who simply play the part well? There's a reason many modern politicians are accused of being scripted, out of touch, or fake. But paradoxically, we also criticize those who show too much raw emotion or make real mistakes. It's a tightrope. The leader must be genuine enough to connect, but polished enough to maintain authority. The result? A hybrid figure, half politician, half performer. The press conference becomes theater. The debate becomes reality TV. The mask becomes the face. Let's look at some modern examples. Politicians across the spectrum, from Barack Obama to Donald Trump, from Narendra Modi to Volodymyr Zelensky, have used performance to craft power. Zelensky is perhaps the most literal case, a former actor turned president. Yet his wartime leadership has been lauded globally, in part because of his media-savvy image, the olive green shirt, the handheld videos, the defiant tone. Trump, on the other hand, perfected the reality show style of leadership. His persona, crafted over decades in business and television, blurred the lines between spectacle and strategy. Even Obama, often hailed for his eloquence, was deeply conscious of optics. His campaign understood the importance of staging, tone, and emotional resonance. These leaders differ wildly in ideology and policy, but they all understand that modern power is performed as much as it is exercised. So where does this leave us? Was Machiavelli endorsing this world of deception and performance? Not exactly. He wasn't celebrating it. He was describing it, brutally, honestly. He wanted rulers to see the world as it was, not as they wished it to be. He knew that appearances could be manipulated. But he also warned that bad actors eventually lose the plot. The crowd, after all, is not entirely blind. If a leader fails too dramatically, if the illusion shatters, the fall can be swift and brutal. There's a lesson here not just for rulers, but for us, the audience. We must learn to read the performance, to look beyond the script, to recognize when we're being sold a role rather than offered the truth. In the end, politics has always been part theater. What's changed is the scale, the speed, and the saturation. Machiavelli didn't have Instagram or TikTok, but his insights still cut deep. In today's world, where every leader is both a governor and a performer, we'd do well to remember his advice. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Our challenge as citizens is to become better viewers, not passive audiences, but critical interpreters of the show unfolding before us. If you found this exploration of Machiavelli and modern politics thought-provoking, give it a like and share it with someone who enjoys the intersection of history, philosophy, and current affairs. And don't forget, subscribe to The Unfolding Journey and tap the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive. We've got more timeless ideas that shape the present, and you're invited along for the ride. See you in the next one.